Look at these two guys who are set to fight. Cruiserweight Jake Paul and lightweight Gervonta Davis announced they will fight on November 14th, right? So, man, YouTubers turned boxers. This stuff, it's just all basically for entertainment, right? We have an actor as the commander in chief. Now we have a YouTuber Jake Paul squaring off against undefeated WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis. Now he's got the nickname Tank. I wonder if there's some kind of symbolism to that, possibly. Let's see. All right, I'll just leave that in there. He's got the tank right here. I'm not really a boxing fan. I just kind of hear about the characters and some of the stories about them that hit the trending news. But Gervonta Davis has the middle name Bryant, which is always, whenever we hear the name Bryant, we think of Kobe Bryant. But yeah, also by his nickname Tank. He has held the World Boxing Association lightweight title since 2023, having previously held the regular version from 2019. Paul's promotional company, Most Valuable Promotions, and Netflix announced the highly unusual matchup Wednesday. Netflix will stream the fight worldwide to its more than 300 million subscribers. The 30-year-old Davis has 30 wins, and he's a 3-time division world champion. So you get, and wow, that's a lot of threes right there. Netflix will stream the fight worldwide to its more than 300 million subscribers. Davis, 30 wins, 3-time division world champion. That's a lot of threes. And he's got that nickname Tank, which might make you think of like war, right? Or like World War III or something. Maybe World War III is going on now. They're just not telling us. Maybe in the future they'll let everybody else know when we're not around. Hey, World War III back then. Maybe that's possible, huh? And Jake Paul, 12-1, 7 KOs, the online celebrity who has become one of the world's highest paid combat sports athletes, despite never fighting an elite boxer. Right? So, yeah, I think I have a video with this. Well, or maybe I don't. But look at this right here, because this fight is scheduled for November 14th, right? So that's 1114. Oh, okay. Look at that. Gervonta Bryant Davis 114 in reverse reduction. And even his first name has that 114. And then the fight scheduled 1114. You see that right there? So it's all kind of like 14, right? 5'5", 6'1". Okay, so you can see the 114, 114, and the fight is on 1114, November 14th. They also there's like a whole bunch of 17s floating around right now. Look at their birthdays, got the same numbers, but they're different months. You get November 17, 117 with Davis, and Jake Paul's birthday is 117, but it's January 17th. How about that? Once again, we get the birthdays. You know, I mean, you factor in all of the main points of the article, the date of the fight, the birthdays. You know, we have the gematria, and you have yourself a decode. Look at that 117117 on their birthdays right there. Their birthdays are even 71 days apart. You see, that's the upcoming birthday for Tank Davis. And then 71 days later is Jake Paul's birthday. So 7-1, 117, 117. Even boxing equals 71. So does boxer. That is, I mean, you cannot deny that, right? You cannot deny that 71, 71. You get to see all four base ciphers being utilized right there. It's the language, ABC 123 with ordinal, reverse the alphabet, and you just apply, and there's 26 letters, right? You just apply the numeric value to the letter, and then you have the reduction ciphers forwards and in reverse. Okay, so double digit, when you hit the double digits, when you're doing 1 to 26, you just reduce the double digits, and then you're going to add up all the single digits that you get. That's it. Straight up numerology with reduction right here. You see that? Right? So look at that. I mean, that's completely undeniable. And wow, Richard West brought up 77s in his video. Appreciate you making the Tamara Braxton video. Look, I mean, check that out. So you get all the ones and sevens, and then Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis each equal 77, and you see the breakdown of the ciphers right there. It's not a coincidence how these two came together for this scripted fight, right? It's all about entertainment value now. It's like completely, it's burnt out if you ask me. I kind of miss the old fake world, to be honest. We hit all these 77s in this other breakdown I did. Jeff Baena, uh, you know, the husband of Aubrey Plaza, he self-deleted himself. You know, she's trending, she's talking about it. She's known for the show Parks and Recreation. He's like an indie film director, screenwriter, something like that. Look at the numbers there, though. And they got the birthday 3 days apart. He dies 177 days before his birthday. And her birthday is the 177th day of the year. So check that out. 177, 177, 77, 77. You see she's trending right there. And the 177's like 17. Reverse 17 like 71. You see that? Pretty wild, huh? And if you notice here, Aubrey Christina Plaza, it almost sounds like an arena where a boxing match would be, right? Plaza, something like that. That's interesting. But look at her full name, 311. And you can see how that connected with her husband's death on the third day of the first month. 13 date numerology. Gervonta Davis's upcoming birthday is the 311th day of the year, 311. So further connections with that story, and they kind of came almost one after another, but both trending at the same time. And Gevonta Bryant Davis, I mentioned this fight is on 11/14. You get the 114 and Gervonta with 114, which I mentioned earlier. Parks and Recreation has 114. So mega connections with that story there. You even get the 84 in there as well. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't got no other videos. So I wanted to note this too. You see Jake Joseph Paul's got the 228, which is like 28. Boxing's got 28. Boxer's got the boxing and boxer both got the 28 right there. All right. I'm noticing some other numbers here that wow. I'm noticing other numbers here with Jake Paul now that are connecting to the story I'm working on right now off on the side that will be presented later. So damn. Right? Just damn. I just kind of look, I like to see if anything else is going to connect here on the fly. You know what we can do? We can see we did 71 days Paul's birthday after Davis. Let me make sure I'm recording. It would be a travesty if I wasn't. Yep, I'm recording. So let's just see how many days before the Paul birthday is the fight. And then, right? Oh, okay. So that fight was 3 days before Davis's birthday, huh? Oh, 10 days or 7 days? Okay, the fight. So the fight is 7 days after Davis's birthday. So you get another 7. Isn't that look, so once it hits, it just keeps hitting. Okay, the fight is 7 days after his birthday, which is on the 7th. Gervonta Davis 77, Jake Paul 77, all the sevens. And then that guy even born in 77, Jeff Baena, and then the 177s. Wow. That's wild, man. That's wild. So how many days before Paul? Look, you can see that 150 right here. I'm working on that right there. That connects with another breakdown I'm doing. And Jake Paul had the 150 in his name. I couldn't remember if it was his full name or not. But let's go to this other date calculator right here. So the fight's 11/14. How many days before Jake Paul's birthday? He's got the Michelle Obama birthday too. 64 days or a 65-day span. Let's just see if I caught any of those. 64, 65s. No, but we have I did see something else here. Let me see if I can locate it again. Look at this right here. So the birthday is 9 weeks, 1 day before Jake Paul's birthday. Look, you get 17 date numerology on his birthday even. So another 17. Oh, you get 28. Boxer and boxing 28, right? Boxer and boxing 28, 28 date numerology on his upcoming birthday right there. But notice how the fight is 9 weeks, 1 day before his birthday. And is it boxing? Boxing equal 91? Boxing equals 91. Peep that right there. Bam. 9 weeks, 1 day before the Jake Paul birthday. And boxing equals 91 in the language right there. Oh, so let me just see if there's anything else notable. After Paul beat a tepid Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. by decision earlier this summer, he entered the World Boxing Association's cruiserweight rankings at number 14. And this fight is on the 14th. right? Now we got this fight on the 14th. This fight would mark a return to Netflix for the 28-year-old Paul. Check that out. 28-year-old Paul. Boxing and boxer equal 28. Okay? Boxer and boxing equal 28. So highly connected to boxing is Jake Paul, right? So I'm just gonna, and was that, they keep mentioning Mike Tyson. Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson, right? But so what belt? Is this like for a belt or anything? I don't know, man. Is Jake Paul fighting Gervonta Davis for a belt? No, okay. Tank. He's got that tank. He's got that tank middle name. That's interesting right there. Tank. You see that? So I think we're good. Again, I'm not really like a boxing fan, you know. So if you tuned in because you know you wanted to see a bunch of boxing data and statistics, probably not here. But you can't say that these connections aren't solid with the 17s and 71s and everything in between. And we'll play this characters. Cruiserweight Jake Paul and lightweight Gervonta Davis announced they will fight November 14. I should have done it already, but is there more on Gervonta Davis that we need to know? Is there more? He was raised in Baltimore. His parents were drug addicts. Very professional career this guy has had, it looks like. I don't I don't really remember he's got the middle name Bryant, like Kobe, and Gervonta. I don't know, is that kind of like Gianna? Gianna Bryant, Gervonta Bryant Davis. I'm not sure. That might be a stretch, but he does have that Bryant name. And we just had Harrison Bryant, who was traded from the Eagles to the Texans, I believe. Right? 117, 30 years old, 31 total fights. All right, we're good. Until next time, peace.